Filipino coverage ng DAC, Dota 2 Asia Championship, at kung bakit naman kasi ang trip nito ni 9001. I-cast natin ang lahat ng Pinoy team. So kahit mayroong Pinoy sa isang team, syempre susuportahan natin yan. Abed ng Team Onyx. We are gonna support
export.
them. Oh, export. Kalaban nila ang complexity game. At parang familiar tong draft na to.
Ay nako, pinipilit pa rin talaga ng Team Onyx na kunin ng Shadowfin Clockwork.
Pero this time around, they have the Abaddon. So there is a way, let's just say, a difference in the meta game for NA and kaya hindi ko alam kung anong meron sa Abaddon. Ikaw ba, may ano bang tingin mo?
Well, ito yung pinauso talaga ng North American region. Sobrang na-bad trip sila sa isa na lang player na nangalang Logan Bob, parang gano'n.
Oo.
Na naisip na sobrang disruptive niya sa offlane. And I think the idea here is just to hindi mahalaga na makapag-farm Abaddon, hindi mahalaga na namamatay siya. Ang mahalaga nabubwisit niya yung safe lane.
So, gumawa siya ng bagong position.
Bagong position. Ganun.
Position 6, the buset role.
Oh, the buset.
Pambuset lang siya. Di magaling.
Di magaling. Tapos ngayon,
yung overlay,
yung overlay, hindi pa maayos. Pero ang nangyari kasi, yung mga items ngayon, itong si Abaddon, na meron siyang, dati kasi drums yun yung pambuisit niya, kumbaga. Ngayon, nagkaroon siya ng mas magagandang items. Pwede rin siyang magsangge na medyo kalinya naman talaga niya. Pwede rin siyang mag-Helm of Dominator, bonus stats, and the access to get that creep na kung kulang pa yung pambuisit niya na siya, meron siyang pambuisit na creep din na pwedeng kunin. So, ganun, I think, ganun yung nangyari na idea behind the increase of popularity using that Abaddon.
So, kalahati doon is yung Dominator, kalahati doon is Sangge. Okay, yep. Pwede. So yun nga sabi ko nga 'di ba, laging ang palusot ko kapag may nakita akong bagong hero ngayon is dahil na-buff ang Sangge niya siya. Laging yun. Yun ang pumapasok sa isip ko lagi kasi parang hindi ko ma-defend basta yun na nga. Onyx, love yourself as the Clockwork. Abed as the Shadow Fiend, Demon as the Bane, Mason would be the Juggernaut, at si paring Tubo aka Tofu ang Abaddon. Ginagawa na naman nila ang pinagbabawal na jutsu. Sige, complexity
naman dito. They have Melons on that Lina support and mid invoker Monkeys Forever with that Darkseer, Zayfrick, Slardar again. This is support Monk carry na Weaver dito. And I think the idea din na kaya kinuha tong Abaddon for Onyx kasi feeling ko na naramdaman nila kanina na this is a prime pick for complexity, and I think na hindi natin pwedeng iban yung Shadow Demon at itong Abaddon at may isa pang yung Lone Druid na on the first place. So I think that deny pick na itong si Abaddon, and of course it goes well against the Slardar pick up and Weaver pick up because it can purge off yung amplified damage, corrosive haze.
Yung insekto.
Yung insekto, I think
yung the swarm.
So,
pero mamaya na double to sinasaktan ni Melons at ni Mu. Tignan natin, kaban natin yung LS. Meron ba siyang mana for the next Light Strike Array? Yes, meron po. Pero hindi nila tinuloy kasi may Sunstrike na follow-up. Imagine mo yung tinamaan ka na ng Light, tinamaan ka pa ng Strike.
Ganon katindi.
Light Strike to Sunstrike.
Yun, Light Strike Array. Sunstrike Array indeed.
Oo. Di ba yung una, Light Strike Array. Yung sumunod, Sunstrike Array.
Yung una, ilaw lang.
Oo, Light Strike Array.
Oo.
Yung sumunod, Sunstrike
na mismo.
Tapos Array. Yun ang nadama. Oo.
Well
The combo is real mula dito sa complexity. Sa bagay, nagbubuo ang liwayway na. Nakita ko, lumabas tayo actually, bro. Diba, dude?
Yeah, bro. See, we need to get a little bit of sun.
Yeah, I know. Tapos, paglabas namin, maliwanag na, Bessie. Alam mo, kanina gabi lang
Kanina gabi.
Hindi ko alam.
Ganon kabilis ang oras dito sa Cologne.
Sa Cologne. Pero kita mo naman si Abed, addict sa deny. Ano to, nagbag? 19 denies? Ano to, bawal mag-farm si Cancel?
Hindi kasi puro deny siya dun sa
sa Cogs.
Yeah.
Coggers. Okay, so sa bagay. Sabi ko, okay, hindi ko rin naisip Akala ko kills siya. Gamit siya ng I mean, friendly unit siya, quote-unquote, na may soul apparently.
So, deny siya.
Oo. So, ewan ko kay
Medyo-
Ice Frog, papanatilin pa rin ba niya na may, yung hug may soul?
Well, if anything, well, hindi naman yata masyadong iba yan. Kasi nakita naman natin kanina, even though Onyx was able to use that, natapos nerfable, kumbaga. Pero tama ka naman in terms of lore.
Lore, oo.
Medyo
Diba? Walang sense. Pero, nasa mundo tayo kung saan lahat ang tao ay may magic. So, kumbaga parang there's nothing supposed to make sense.
Yep.
Diba? Kaya easy lang tayo.
Kaya easy lang.
Oo, cancel. Pwede naman ako dito. Pero grabe talaga. 18 versus 14 para magkaiba pa yan. Pareho magka-team yan. So, let's see. Currently, kawawa sa last hit itong si Invoker. 3-0 siya.
3-0.
Junko Lord.
Kawawa.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Para talagang hindi makapag-farm yung complexity involved. Especially with Shadow Fiend and running at 91 total average damage. That makes sense. Yung total average damage is 56 plus 16. That's much damage.
Pero sumisili pa si Zayfreak Demon dito. Haras. Ops, lagay ka agad. Grabe naman.
Demon.
Mamatay ata dito si Demon. First blood, second blood. Second blood.
Sunstrike is also there.
Oo, remember, Cancel took the first blood. Oh, pero right-click raise would be enough. Abed dito, schooling Cancel. Pero I think he's gonna die in the hands of Zayfreak. Nope, hindi. Hindi siya papala doon kasi sobrang massive lang ang damage. And again, the heal coming in from the Abaddon Dubu. Dito, just on point. Relaxers ba niyan? Ayun ano, naka-cancel na ba, naka-cancel na rin, pa rin ba ng hindi, nung yung ano niya, yung mist coil, yung salve and clarity.
Probably, I guess, kasi
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
damage na naman ako. Pero, apat na actually, hindi ko ng Onyx, and that's enough to kind of the attack of complexity. Pero still, no kills would be committed. So, that game honest dito.
Ayan. Mag-rotate ba sila pababa? Pwede silang pumunta sa babae to kill the monkey. Pero ayaw nila yan. Isuot mo kasi Bessie at sa lodo dito kay paring Wolf. Baka kung sakasakali mong tumumba ka na di mo na kayanin, pupulutin ko na lang yung may iwan mong loot.
Yun.
Oo, kaya ilis-kisi ka lang.
Ragnarok
Oo.
days.
Yep. 1-2 ang score ngayon. Relax. The game, the series is 1-1. We are down to game number 3. This is, I believe, an elimination match.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Wait. I don't think
Hindi ko na maalala ba?
Hindi. Actually, hindi pa.
Basta naglalaro sila ng Dota at masaya tayong lahat. Monkeys will just be surging away. Dubu, will he heal? Nope, he will not. At,
Yeah, I don't think that they will commit still. That Mac incoming gonna be having enough distance now to get away from those melee heroes. Sorry, medyo sinok na ako dito.
Naku po, delicate siya. Pero, tama na, relax. Naku po, hook ba? Hindi. Ayaw nila. Ayaw nila munang ngayon ng aggression. And I guess that's pretty fine. I mean, Mason can just spin away tapos Dubu would just be healing. Kumbaga parang nakita dito futile. Walang point para harasin dito sa may baba. Samantalang Cancel, nahila niya yung creep lane para mapagpag na konti. So far, okay si Abed. Tingnan mo naman yung stats nila. The difference is very real. Kawawa naman dito si Cancel 10 last is yung color pero mamaya na LSA para sa humahabol na Don't Love Yourself Bulba. You'll just be running away. Mayroon bang gagawin si Zefik? Hindi, si Mumu na
Oy, nahuli siya dito.
Pero
deny on
counts para makalabas at si Mu dito na bad trip. Ipet, Gulayat, Ipet at si Cancel nag-invis na lang. Diyos ko Lord,
Radiant's top tower
Galan
is
ka,
under
hirap ang
attack.
buhay ni Cancel.
literal na Ogbaji. Ayan, tara, si Abed. Inistan dito, Melons, good stack stun. Mamatay ba ito? Nasaan ang Sunset?
Pero
Raise!
raise are real.
Ito, right click, another raise. One more raise ba ito? Right click muna sa isang raise na last. Hindi na kailangan. Sabi niya, okay na ako, Bessie. Sige, Dubu, heal mo lang ako ulit. Lagyan mo akong apotik. Make yourself useful. At buhay na naman sa mid dito.
Buhay na naman hindi.
Oo, si Bed-A.
Bed-A Gaming.
Oh,
Medyo nagkakasakit na kami dito.
ayan. Patay, relax. Si Control. Si Cancel. Ayaw na niya mag-Dota. Mga kaibigan, nag-neutral na lang po ang kuya mo. 49 versus 12 last hits.
Ganon katindi. At kung mid laner ka, 7 minutes in, meron ka lang 13 last hits, sobrang lungkot mo dito.
Oo, temo, Melons, the support actually just going for mid. At sinasabi niya siguro sa kakampi niya, alam mo, ako na nga.
Kulit mo eh.
Tumabi ka. Tabi ka muna ha. Diyan ka muna sa jungle ha.
At mukhang sagot ng Complexity to assert some pressure here in the bottom lane against Mason with Slardar and Darkseer na may Iron Shield. Medyo makapag-exert nga sila ng pressure dito, but I think that they won't net a kill, especially with the Blade Fury for Juggernaut to use. And also, meron na siyang Omni Slash dito. So, any aggression na sobrang commitment dito for the side of Complexity might be punished by the Juggernaut, who actually got the solo lane for himself, getting a lot of experience and a lot of farm, regardless of having to face against a Darkseer. 56 last hits on himself.
Makakapag-farm naman siyang mas mabilis with his item choices, and also iba talaga ang kit ng isang Juggernaut. Yan. Si Only Love Yourself naka-invis dito para siya mag-hook shot. Pero wala pa siyang pihadong item. He's gonna go for a Blade Mail, which is very decent. Papindot ng letter Y.
Sige, ako na lang,
pre. Sige.
Wala, papi.
Letter Y. Pero hindi ko
abot, papi.
Kaya mo yan. Naniniwala ako sa'yo. Nagtitiwala ako sa'yo. Letter Y. Hindi mo na-click.
Ay, hindi ko na-click, papi.
Letter Y.
Pero,
yun! Beautiful. So, kitang-kita mo.
Medyo may frame rate lang. I think, hindi yata lang sa recording ko.
Baka kailangan siya. Wala ko na-i-reading na in-game. Wala naman ako na-i-reading na in-game sound. So, I don't know really. Ano man yan. Basta yun na nga.
Sige.
Oo. 2-2 ang score. Lamang. Sobrang lamang dito ang Onyx. 4.6k net worth advantage. Ang kasunod niya, tropa din niya, 3.5. Tas yung sa kalaban ng highest, 3.5 lang best.
Ganon kahirap ang buhay dito ng ating Invoker.
Oo, at yung katapat ni Abed, best 2.5 lang.
Ogba.
Sukli lang. Ng ni Abed, ng TF ni Abed, yung color. Oo.
Bayad na bayad ito si Abed. Meron pa siya apotek shield, meron pa siya backup dancers para tulungan siya dito.
Oo, andyan yung PA ni Abed. Sige mo, diyan ka lang.
Gusto mo?
Sige. Matuto kayong rumispeto sa SF na mataba. Na ngayon, magkakaroon na ng sarili niyang Dragon Last. Pero mamaya na si Melona dito. Pinopose ni Only Love Yourself. The Sunstrike would be connecting as well as the stop and the meatball. And finally, something is going on. Uy, for
that Invoker, pero actually hindi pa niya makakuha yung last hit.
Yes.
Pero may bounty ron siya. So, still, sa kanya net worth, 2.8.
Grabe. Kailangan niya maging isang apagus. Kailangan niya maging sugapa para makahabol. Kung hindi, wala. Tiis, pogi siya dito.
At malapit na sa Dragon, yung Shadow Fiend, sobrang yaman. Nakakuha pa siya nito. Tori, at sinisino ka talaga ako, tropa.
Kailangan mo lang minom ng tubig, best. Yun lang ang panlaban niya. Pero the race is real. Oh no, Abed, pula na siya dito. Ginagay siya ng wall. And he is gonna be dropping. Thankfully, no streak mula sa kanya. Kaya hindi sulit. At anyway, Light of Heaven, tropa natin yan. Piling niya yung shrine. I'm not sure why.
Baka lang yan. Just to, put the cherry on top. Kasi nga naman, Abed here, biting off more than he could chew. He faced 3 heroes. Actually 4 after the rotations under the shrine. Ganon ka-asim si Abed. Tatak Pinoy talaga to. Tatak Pinoy.
Sinabi niya, gusto ko magmumukha akong maasim.
Gusto ko mukha akong maasim.
Ang Pinoy maasim, sabi niya. Gusto kong, kumbaga parang nung naglalaro sa Pinoy team, hindi ako maasim Pero ngayon, kailangan kong represent ang aking
#represent.
#represent.
Bimbo pa rin.
Oo. So, Bim nala Baski Mekasim.
Medyo reminiscent of the Bimbo SF.
Pero hindi naman siguro parang unfair nun Parang feeling ko yung kaasiman, wala yan sa tao
Wala ba sa tao?
Wala yan parang ang maasim Bimbo agad hindi.
Hindi ba ganun?
Si Abed, parang sabi niya, gusto ko lang maging maasim. Confident ako, Bessie. Nakita mo ba kung gaano ako kabilis mag-farm?
with 5,600 net worth, medyo dapat careful siya, and especially with the mechanics again that we were talking about thousands of times before, the rubber band mechanics. Kapag mayaman ka, napatay ka ng mga mahihirap, marami sila mokong loot sa'yo. Ganun katindi. Sleep will be here. Fins grip to follow. Abed will easily, but actually Vacuum will actually cancel that out, and I think that's a disadvantage for the Laguna Blade para mag-zone out ng itong Clockwork, but he will be unfazed. He will actually just regen this out with his Tranquil Boots, and that's a big ultimate, I guess, commitment for Complexity na they shouldn't have wasted in that engagement. They could have used that for another teamfight, especially can they need a lot of heroes here on Team Onyx, even kahit ano pa yan, kahit si SF pa yan, masasaktan yan sa Laguna Blade.
Oo. At ang Laguna Blade, pag yan tumaas-taas pa ng level, not only does it deal high damage, medyo mababa din yung cooldown. Exactly. Yeah. Explosive single target spell. Pero mamaya na si Mua, bala dito. Ano gagawin niya? Naku po, lalaban! Bessie, lalaban!
Wala siyang time-lapse dito. He has to be careful. I think he just kind of threatens, ano ba, pwedeng term na. Parang inaambahan lang niya para medyo mag-back itong si Team Onyx. And I don't think that would be enough though to fend off this attack, especially with Dubo here. Healing and sustain, giving the sustain heal and that shadow feed. Pero mukhang rotation na dito agad ang Clockwork.
Sino hanapin nila? Si Invoker na lang.
Invoker na lang. So, naspatan nila actually.
Yeah. Abangan na nila.
Blade main na dito ang Clockwork.
Kaya nga nila kahit dalawa lang Pag nahuli, i-fin script na lang para medyo may swaggy DP. Ito na nga. Yun ang gagawin mo. Hook shot mid. Invisible. They have the dust for it. And they don't really need anything else. A simple brain sap would kill.
Actually, people underestimate how much damage a battery assault can actually deal. I think level 4 may nagkagalitan yan. I think total na battery assault kapag na-solo mo is around 1,200 damage. So, sobrang taas din na damage yun With the brain sap, actually, speeding up yung burst potential. Pero kung ano dito na whole thing niya.
Hindi naman dito na magaling. First day, high sinabunutan mga kaibigan. That would be 2 kills in the hands of Onyx with the tawag dito Brain Elemental. Sino yung gumagamit ng Brain?
Si Atropos.
Si Mason. Hindi, si
Si Demon.
Si Demon being the accessory to the crime. And in my opinion, si Demon, si Bait, kumpleto siya Ang kulang lang niya stun. Pero technically, yung ulti niya disable na matindi. Kasi meron siyang pampatulog, meron siyang pagnakaw ng buhay, meron siyang pangtanggal ng damage.
Slow na lang siguro yung kulang niya.
Meron din siya slow. Kulang nga lang siya stun.
Kulang lang siya stun.
Just silence maybe.
Ano slow? May slow ba yung Nightmare? Parang wala naman.
Yung
Enfeeble? Brainsap?
Wala
siyang slow.
Yung inisip ko kasing fin script, yun yung parang pinaka-disable. Oo.
Parang collection of these. Parang tama ka. Meron siyang disables, meron siyang disruptive element.
Meron siyang damage.
At minus damage.
Oo. So parang puro nga lang single target. Pero technically, kung halimbawa mabilis ang kamay mo, pwede kang makapag-disable ng 5. Mali. Ng 3. Isa i-enfeeble mo, so no damage. Isa papatulogin mo, so wala siyang magagawa. Yung isa i-fin script mo.
Hindi siyang wala magagawa.
So parang meron ko 3 taong na perwisyo sa buhay.
Paborito ko dito kay Atropos dati. Siya yung type, pero
pantay-pantay lahat ng stats. Yeah. Hanggang ngayon ata ganun pa rin.
Yeah, I think so too.
Kasi tinamad lang si Iceberg na mag-edit. Dati madaya siya kasi parang ang taas ng strength. Pero
grabe, apat tinaman!
Medyo late na one, pero the crush in the LSA would be sinking together. Nice paggamit dito ng
Abed will also go down. Face grip will secure the kill.
Pero buhay pa rin, nakapag-skill pa rin si Melon dito, si Watermelon. Pero patayan, 2 DPS dealers ng Onyx. Buti ka man masabing Omen. Jung Colort si Mo.
Out, he will be able to. But si Mo.
Tulog.
Patulogin mo, Cho.
Ayaw.
Strike!
Set up mula dito kay Cancel, and they were able to even things out. All of a sudden, Cancel is back on the map. 5.9k
Indeed, that's a 4-man wipe on the side of Complexity. And mukhang replay to nung last game. Tama ba yung Denki kanina nakita natin bukod sa, well, aside from the fact na napogo dito si Cancel kanina, pero ganun pa rin yung idea. Lamang na lamang ang Team Onyx heading into the mid game, into the early goings of the late game, if that makes sense. Parang yung maagang late game. Medyo nagli-lead ang Team Onyx, then what happened was Complexity with perfect syncs on their teamfight initiations, and of course their 5v5 engagements were also on point, and that's what we saw earlier. Four-man vacuum into a LSA, although the Slater Crush is kind of late, pero it still got the job done. The burst down yung Juggernaut, especially with the Laguna Blade na meron ng Complexity, and that's all that they needed actually to secure the teamfight.
Yung vacuum wall, medyo umalangan pa kasi na-late yung light strike array at saka yung slithering crush. Pero everything else fall into place dahil na-damage na rin sila. So thereafter, as long as tumama. Pero kung halimbawa, kumbaga may mas perfect pa, pwede pang, I'll give it a 9 kasi meron pang 1 point na room for improvement.
Tama naman.
Oo. Pero naniniwala ako na kaya nilang i-engage yun ulit kung sakasakali mo na magkumpul ulit sa mga...
Oblique crush na dito, meron na siya. But, pero nahook pa.
Hindi ko alam kung anong trip niya dito. Para siguro mamatay. Ayan.
Swag, para sabi na, uy, may big lalo. Ganun lang. 32 souls here for the Shadow Fiend. Meron siya Big EB actually. So, it wasn't available in the last fight, I think. In terms of high ground here, potential for Team Onyx with the Aegis on their side. Of course, a lot of BKB access na itong Shadow Fiend. I think they're gonna go high ground. A big factor of why they lost that team fight earlier against Team Onyx is that the fact na nauna si Juggernaut. I think na kung hindi man nauna si Juggernaut na ma-burst down, if he had to use that, obviously it would be a different game. But here is Bulba getting gone on, pero maganda yung counts niya na block na yung dalawang
no, pero habulin pa rin siya. Problema. First day high ba to? Hindi, pinatulog nga muna. Like what I've said.
This could be a potential hook. Pero mukhang... Oh yeah, first day high na dito, but there's no legit follow-up. Rocket Slayer will be there right now. I don't think that would secure the kill. Medyo weird, pero I think the target was to take the kill.
Oh, so yun naman ang goal ng Onyx. So they're just gonna go for relentless push. And that's what's happened. That usually what happens during game number 3. You want to win in a convincing fashion. Not in a sense na gusto mong halimbawa ubusin yung buong kuponan ng kalaban. Kundi, idaan mo sa objectives and show that you're the more mature team na hindi ka nadadala ng pressure. Kasi usually, may nangyayari sa atin, halimbawa parang gusto natin mag-overcompensate na parang dinurog nyo nung game 2 papakitaan ko kayo ng mirana ko, mga ganun. Pero dito sabi niya, hindi. Objective lang.
Objective gaming.
Oo, nakuha natin yung mga
gusto natin.
Okay na tayo.
Oy, pero doon nakaisa pa si Love Yourself, si Boba. Getting the kill on that Dark Seer.
Oh.
Gandang white. Sulit na sulit. Pa-expire na rin to in, I think, in 30 seconds. He's got his job done, kumbaga. Pwede ka nang umuwi sa iyong probinsya at sabihin mo, I made it, ma. I gave a kill for my team. And I think this could be converted into a tower push. Especially na the idea is Team Onyx, they saw na wala yung prime initiator. Prime na team fighting tool ng Complexity with 11 seconds.
Onyx no chill mga kaibigan, nasa tier 3. Ano gagawin nila? Safe naglagay na dito ng corrosive. Pero grabe naman po! Suntukan na kagad. Cancel dito, nasaktan and forced to use the shrine. The damage from a bed, the souls. Plus, I guess yung Dragon Lance ang tumutulong dito.
Yeah. And I think dahil back actually 2 BKB up here. Nasa bunutan na nag-require sa bursted down Invoker.
Ako po, si Monkey pa susunod dito. Dash for you. At yan, invisible pa si Mu, pero walang pakialam sa ito.
The stun is actually good there.
Then Laguna Blade. Let's see kung itutuloy ba nila to. Only the Juggernaut is the casualty para sa Omen na naman.
Oy, ang ganda ng stun dito.
Pero ang ganda ng pasok! My God! Bulba!
Bulba. At nag-blink ba dito si Zayvrick, but yeah, that would deter a bit. Pero napatulog siya dito. Patay ka na, bay!
Tayo. Double kill mula kay Demon with the brain sa Placid. At si Mu papasok pa dito, tinulak man. Hindi, tinakot lang. ng Cogs and easy deny para sa kanila. 14-8, 22 minutes in, we are already at tier 3. Ganun ka-atat.
Atat. Gusto na matalo, gusto na matulog ng Team Onyx. But yeah,
yun din ang gagawin ko mamaya.
oo.
Gising na lang
Ako hindi pa eh.
Okay. Oo nga, no?
Pero ang ganda nung ginawa dito ng Team Onyx. Actually, complexity. Maganda naman yung depensa nila. They were on yung extended fight mo, ang lalamang sila, makapatay na silang heroes. They were able to kill the Juggernaut. They were able to take down that Aegis dun sa SF. Ang nangyari lang, napakaganda naman ng hook ni Clockwork. Catching 2. Kasi, although isa lang yung mahuli mo, pero mamaya na yan, Chaos Feature will destroy this Juggernaut. Mason,
walang laban.
ilang beses na siyang namamatay. But yeah, what happened there? The past engagement before that is yung Clockwork was able to stun 2 people and then easy raises na to para sa Shadow Fiend.
Kung magagano lang na setup ang nangyayari ngayon. Pero naniniwala naman ako na parang hindi pa ngayon yung prime moment na pwede mong sabihin na medyo panalo na ang Onyx or medyo panalo na rin ang complexity. I'm still waiting for those core items. I'm still waiting for parang at least high ground assets like Roshan and stuff like that.
And perhaps Butterfly, I guess, for Shadow Fiend or I don't know, maybe a Daedalus. Kasi ang build na dito sa mga SF actually, share ko lang. Kasi
Radiant's bottom
level
tower
20
is under attack.
Oo. Hindi, level, ano yata yun? Parang 20. Oo. Para sa mo, 25 eh.
20. 25
Okay.
kasi minus 1 Shadow Fiend. So anyway, level 20, meron na siya plus 2 damages per soul. So that alone gives, I think, 72 damage.
Radiant's bottom
Tapos
tower
kapag
is under
nag-Aghanim
attack.
Scepter ka pa, so mas marami kang damage. Pero SF now, isip nila, ano mas maganda ba? I go on para yung bonus damage yung nakakuha dito, lalo pa ma-amplify. So yun yung mga decision.
The moral dilemma is real. Kung ako nun, kung ano lang una akong maisip eh. Parang yun ang kailangan. Pero mamaya na, Sunstrike would be connecting again, cancel. On point on that killing tubo. Pero love yourself naman na huling to si Zebrick. Vacuum wall, pero no follow-up whatsoever. Remember, Abed was outside. Here comes the Tanod. Andito na ang Pinoy. Kasi nagkakunti umigot yung Mubibo dito papalayo. Si Mas Mulag stop sa wala. BKB yan, boy. May BKB yan, boy. O saan ka muna Zebrick? O sige, wag na lang ikaw. Si cancel na lang. Pwede pala si Melons eh. Pwede naman pala si Melons eh. O isa pa si Zebrick.
At ang ganda nung ano.
Nung ano?
Ginakita mo nun, ginamit yung sleep. Kasi kapag na-sleep ka, meron ka, di ba, regulation niya, para 6 seconds. 1 second, yung first second na meron ka na-activate sa iyo is actually invulnerable. Keeper will use the items to survive that initiation.
And salve up lang to. Ay, salve up ano? Shrine up lang. Oo. Anong next item nito? Skadi ang gagawin ni Abed. Pero mamaya na. Mu, nagtatago dito. Meron ba silang detection? No detection whatsoever. Makakatakas si Mu. Pero the damage has been done. Meaning, bukas ang top lane para makapag-push ang Onyx. And I think that's the better thing for them since hindi naman sila naghahanap ng teamfight masyado. Push na lang. And also with push comes farming. And with farming comes items.
Haste.
Potential winning, pero maganda na ginawa ng complexity doon, especially the Weaver as the commander. What he did was to get the attention long enough for the side of complexity to actually have the respawn timers on their favor. Ganun, sobrang tagal niya kinuha yung attention ng mga heroes ng Team Onyx. And then this one of the makakapaglag na ulit sila dito. Actually cancel, overtaking on the Juggernaut. So nakakabawi na siya dito. Get a little bit more items from themselves and get that kanina kaya sila tentado.
Oh, naku, parang nila may tao dito. Ops, tigilan mo na vacuum wall in. Para sa dalawang tao, Abed to work out. Ano gagawin ni Zebrick? Where is the Slither in Crush? Hinihintay ko yung tubo na lang dito na-active sa kanyang baro time down. Hook shot would be connecting on that poor sack. No more Dark Seer, I guess. Hindi natulog pa ng Oliver. Isang atake na lang yun. Tinamaan na magaling. Ginamit niya kanina.
Pero ang ganda ng connection nila. with that LSA and Caisam. Of course, it's so Pumalo is
Oo, wala eh. Wala na siyang kakampi dito sa Caisam. Pag tinamaka pa ng ligaw na stun eh, siya pa ang mayayari. Pero yung paghahabol, oh my goodness! Timed it right! And he is dead. The momentum now shifting towards complexity. At yun yung gusto siguro nila mangyari. Parang, sige, kalma lang, Bessie. Kalma lang, magpapapatay ang mga yan. At ngayon,
tama ka.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Just like last game with the first storm, the difference is terrible.
Oo.
Ramdam na ramdam mo na sa second na complex take this row shot. I think they will just take towers.
Roshan has fallen to the down.
Nakita nila na Juggernaut very underwhelming dito sa game na to. Net worth on him, but he can convert it into kills for his game. Actually, si Amin hirap na hirap mag
wala. Jungle lang muna. Nag-aantay lang tayo ulit ng mga core items. Clockwork with the Aghanim Scepter. Okay yan para sa low cooldown na shot. Ano pa yung mga items? Hindi ko makita eh. Well, F5 sana ako. Pero sige, mo na Aghanim Scepter para dito kay Invoker. Okay. So, nakakatuwa lang kasi biglang nakahabol.
Oo.
Si
parang Cancel.
Oo, si Cancel. Nagkaroon kaagad ng mga items. Weaver with the Linkens and Dragon Lance. Also, the Aegis ay nasa kanyang possession.
Yep. Linkens will deter yung paggamit ng Fiend's Gear. Although, of course, Bane can just easily use it either Enfeeble or Nightmare to cancel that Linkens Spear. Pero I think ang primary target niya for Fiend's Gear is either to Invokers or Darkseer. Weaver, mahirap siyang huliin, pero if you think about it, you can just ignore him for the first few seconds of the fight, especially with a Blade Mail on that Clockwork. He can potentially tank some of those damages.
Okay, bait mo na lang muna yung lahat ng skills niya. Kapag nagamit niya yung time-lapse, wala na siya halos silbi. Shukochi out na lang yung kanya pwedeng gamitin. Di abangan mo dun.
And actually, merong way din na makapag-stand pa rin tong Team Onyx with a hook shot. So he can, if he catches yung Weaver, that's gonna be good.
Kaya ngayon mga kaibigan, the score is 19-14. Lamang pa rin dito ang ang Onyx with Abed actually still rising up in their ranks. Pero ang problema, andyan lang yung dati niyang pinugo mga kaibigan. Sabi niya, ako nga pala yung sinayang mo. Ako nga pala yung niyari mo. Cancel now on second place at 13k net worth. So para sa akin, alarming yun kasi nakahanap ng leeway ang isang Invoker. Sa kumbaga parang katas ng Sunstrike niya yung niya eh.
With all due fairness, I think complexity dito, hindi sila naging Pinoy sa sabi nila, uy, kahirapan mid natin, tulungan natin. And that's what they did. They worked around the idea of getting a comeback potential for their Invoker. And they did. What they did was to kind of relegate yung Invoker sa jungle role. Tapos kapag makakapag-Sunstrike siya, give him the kill as much as possible. And then after that is just facilitate for him to get the kills during the team fight. Nakita natin yung mga LSA that will connect with a Sunstrike, also Vacuum that will connect with a Chaos Meteor into Deafening Blast. So very good for them.
Pero ito, gusto pa nilang patagalin yung laban. Pause lang daw muna. The score is still 19-14. Ang gandang combo nga naman kasi nung Vacuum Wall into the Light Strike Array and also the Sunstrike and also yung Slithering Crush na talaga nga naman okay na okay yan. That's a powerful setup that can actually kill at least kung papalarin the majority is 5 players siguro, or baka naman parang ang mangyayari dito is ipampipitas lang nila yung hindi na kailangan ng vacuum. I mean crush into the LSA. Oo, pitas gaming ang pwedeng gawin ng complexity in the case na gusto nilang umangat ng dire-diretso. Pero ngayon, yun yung kailangan natin pag-isipan. Clash pa ba ang habol? Makikipag-clash pa ba sila? Kasi ngayon, mainisip ko sa Onyx, split push na lang muna. Total, malakas naman na si Abed. Kapag nagka-team fight, di bigyan ni Abed. Diba? Samantalang you can see Complexity has a little bit more range of freedom.
They have more breathing room, if so to speak. Dito sa engagement, they have a lot of ways to still win this game. And yeah, split push. Team for Team Onyx. Could it be... It could potentially be
Radiant's
good,
middle
especially...
tower is under attack.
Ang nakakatakot lang is baka mahuhuli sila. They don't have BKB on the SF. And still, Complexity can work around the BKBs. They have pretty decent physical
Radiant's middle
damage.
tower
And
has
of course, si
fallen.
Sunstrike goes through those BKB. Tapos kapag Alacrity, all that Weaver could be pretty dangerous. So, yeah, split push is okay, I think, if done correctly here. I think that's
Dire's
what
top tower is
Juggernaut
under
and
attack.
this Abaddon is actually planning. They pushed out the lane, the top lane, the wave on the top lane, just to get some sort of trade. And actually, tumutulong pa tong Rocket Flare para lalong makapush yung lane sa top. And I think that will be addressed by Complexity right now.
Oo, ngayon lang may mapapalapit, pero kanina pa nandiyan sa may taas si
Dire's
si
top
Juggernaut at
tower is
saka
under
si
attack.
Abaddon. Yan, nagbumaba na siya dito para naman magasik ng laging sa baba. Makakatakas mo si Dubo? Yes, makakatakas siya. At bakit kaya ako nilalamig? Parang iniisip ko ngayon, dapat nag-jacket na lang ako. Pero hindi man ako nilalamig. Di ko lang alam. Siguro antok lang talaga to. Pero yun na nga, static pa rin. 19-14 pa rin ang score.
Yeah, actually, I think medyo nagkakasakit tayo dito. Denki na. Kung naririnig nyo kanina, hindi naman ako ngongo. Ngayon, medyo ngongo na. Sinisipon na
Dahil
tayo
yun
dito.
sa sipon, wala eh. Pag tutumba na lang tayo, edi congrats.
Ito yung what is. Congrats, Azuray.
Kanina natin si Azuray ngayon, mga kaibigan. Sobrang saya niya. Look at that face, mga
Ano
kaibigan.
ba?
The face of one hell of a beast.
One hell of a beast.
Oo.
Shoutout nga pala sa kanyang music video. Music video.
Commercial.
AV. Iba
klase.
talaga. One hell of a beast. Hindi. Parang pag naparod niyo yung video ni Azuray, kasama ang kanyang beloved na si Rico, mapapasabi ka na lang, one hell of a beast.
One hell of a beast talaga nga naman. Pero ito, ang dami natin na pagkwento. 1914 pa ito. Eto na natapos na ako paglabas niya ni mo. Sa may taas sila at nasa may taas ang mga kuya mo. It's only Juggernaut and also damay mo na rin si Clockwork na lumitaw. Would they force something out of Complexity or baka naman yung Onyx ang mahuli to sa pwedeng iset na trap ng kanilang kalaban.
Hindi pa talaga you can't blame them. This is a very crucial match. This is a big tournament, 500,000 na USD prize pool. Ang pwede pagkatiya, pero dito nahuli na. Blink strike.
Ay, magandang BKB mula kaya beto sasabay siya. Dito na ako sa safe break.
Scepter is good.
Magic lang to. Triple race kaagad. Beto. Na-ultihan si Monkey. And almost a kill para sa kanya. Pero buhay pa rin si Darkseer Noel. HP mula sa ating friendly neighborhood Filipino. He is gonna be down. Cancel killing, love yourself. Samantala,
This could be
susunod na rin pala si
three heroes down.
Demon.
All of them without buybacks dito Complexity. They don't know this of course, but they can force the issue. And if they push up in this lane, they'll know for sure kung sino ang may buyback at sino wala. Juggernaut actually being caught by Tornado EMP. That's why hindi siya nakapagbato ng kanyang Omni Slice. Grabe, ganda ng dito ng Complexity.
Sila naman ngayon nagpo-push habang wala yung tatlo sa kuponan ng Onyx. Buti lang pinapakasi tagang umalis sa isip ko comment.
Pero grabe ang bilis nila
Alayo
magkita dito.
NT, oo.
Alacrity on that Weaver, so
And
much damage.
Also, Germany factor in yung Forge Spirits. Wasak na po ang racks. Tandaan nyo, sila yung kaninang talo na team. Sila yung underwhelmed.
Eto na, sabi ni Invoker, ang pagbangon ng api, ako ang sinayang mo kanina. Ni-normal mo ko, pero hindi ka naman pala magko-commit.
Ako ang ninormal mo.
Ako ang sinaktan.
Isang mapalapangan, ako ang ninormal mo.
Ako ang ni-normal mo, eto na ako ngayon.
Naku po.
Diyos ko, mas mayaman na siya ngayon.
Oo. Wala
Habang Israel.
Napabayaan Ngayon, si Cancel, pwede niya ipagmalakihan na parang, nako, nag-effort ka pa. Nag-abala ka pa, Bessie.
Nag-abala ka pa.
Aray ko yung...
Thank you for the broken.
Ako po, matinding kantahan. Pero ito na, mga kaibigan. Inabutan niya ng Yum Burger si SF. Nakalagay, sorry, late ako. Ito na, malakas na ako. Tara, game.
Ito na ako, game na.
Oo. Natin, nalaksan tayo mga kaibigan.
Well, yeah, Team Onyx still have very many ways, I guess. But I think ang kailangan mag-step up talaga dito for Team Onyx is yung Juggernaut. Sobrang pangit ng pwestuhan niya lagi dito. I don't mean to be very critical. Ayokong trash talking ito mo si Juggernaut. Pero I can see na hindi maganda yung pwestuhan niya dito. He can be bursted down easily. In fact, nahuhuli pa siya ng Tornado EMP combos. At hindi siya makapagbato ng kanyang skill. So,